What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the 61st episode of the Hot Takes podcast. We have a very special episode, as always, and we have a very special guest today. First time on the podcast, Giorgio Casifa, my good friend. It's great to see you, my man.
Nice to see you. It's been a while, Frank.
It has been a while. And as always, my cameraman helping me out, Joe Critelli, as well. Thank you for being here and helping.
Brady.
And we're going to get right into it. Our main focus for today's podcast is talking about generations and how they've changed throughout the years, a kind of past versus present kind of deal. And this is I was telling them before, this is like one of the first podcasts in a while, ever since the one I actually had with Steve-O, and Nick, where we kind of just went with the flow.
Yeah.
That's kind of
the best way to do it anyway.
Yeah, it definitely is. More organic and stuff like that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But it was funny. When I told him, I was like, should I type down any topics? And, Steve-O was like,
absolutely
nah, man,
not.
just
go
with the flow, man.
I haven't seen that kid a minute.
Yeah. And I'm planning on getting him back on the pod soon, too. I'd love to do that. But, yeah, man, tell me how you've been. Tell me how you've been doing with COVID and everything like that. Yeah.
I've been good. I've been just like everybody else, just been chilling home, working from home. That's another thing that's fucking generation difference. When the fuck were you doing that back in the day?
Yeah.
But, yeah, just chilling home, not doing much, working from home, and same old shit. Smoking a lot of pot, just getting high with friends, and that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
I know.
Haven't been traveling much, but...
Which sucks, which really sucks. Mm-hmm. And I think with hopefully this vaccine does something good for us, and things will just get more and more back to normal and shit like that, and we can travel and shit like that.
We just want to go the fuck out and hang out with the boys.
Yeah, exactly.
Sick of that 10 o'clock curfew more than anything.
I know, and we could talk about that a little bit too. In Jersey, where most of the pod viewers watch this anyway, is in Jersey. It's good news that the curfew is being extended or officially just off the board.
Wait, bro, thank God.
And 35% capacity in restaurants and bars and shit like that, which is good news. So I'm happy. We're another step forward, another step forward.
Baby steps.
Exactly.
Who would have thought it would have fucking took this long, but we're here.
Dude, I thought that this was going to be done in only a matter of weeks when this first started, bro. I thought everyone was over-exaggerating it and everything like that. I'm like, all right.
3 months thing at first.
Yeah,
it'll blow over.
Yeah, right. When did it start? March maybe?
March,
it started
is
March?
when it got serious.
Yeah,
when it got serious. You heard a little bit about it February? It was a joke in February, I think.
Yeah.
And in March, it got serious. They started putting the restrictions at that, I think.
Yeah. So we're almost a year. We're almost
Crazy.
a year from that.
And then the fucking vaccine came out, and you would think, with the vaccine, maybe now we'll be able to go out and shit, but no.
Yeah.
The vaccine came out, and still nothing. Now it's like people are saying, I got my fucking twitch now. Yeah. Take the vaccine. That shit's scary.
As Joe would say, growing a third arm.
Oh, man.
Yeah, dude. So it's almost a year since that first started. And what was the point I was even leading up? Oh, I thought it was only going to be a matter of weeks. And I had that wishful thinking because Bisco was coming up. And I was like, all right,
festival
this is,
season.
Festival season. Just
in
that
general,
alone,
yeah.
in general. And I was like, oh, my God, this will be over. This will be over for all that happens. And it just didn't happen.
Here.
We're still here.
And they're fucking talking about it's going to be another year, another 2 years. What?
I know. Before things go 100% back to normal, as in probably not wearing masks anymore in public and whatnot.
The mask shit.
Dude, what do you think about that necessarily with the masks? I feel like that alone isn't going away anytime soon. Even if people aren't getting sick anymore, if we're still at 0%, I feel like there's still going to be a mandate to wear them just for the safety of it for a pretty long time. I don't know.
It's a shame. And I don't know what you think about it, but at least I know this isn't fucking protecting nothing, the mask.
Yeah.
Fucking annoying.
I
think it keeps the disease locked in there, but... it's another thing.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, people saying stuff about wearing 2 masks now and everything like that. I mean, listen.
That's all we fucking need.
Better safe than sorry, I guess, but I don't know. I find it all crazy. But anyway, let's move on to our topic as far as generations and stuff like that. We were texting a couple days ago about ideas back and forth, and we both were making... basically what... we both have some pretty good points with it. I'll start off by saying that, and this could be a hot take or it's just a hard truth, I think generations are just getting softer and softer as the years
I'm
go
glad we
on.
started like that.
Yeah. might as well, because every point we're probably going to make is going to deal with that in a sense, you know, or mostly every point. You know, we had a cancel culture podcast a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think that's become so huge because, you know, people are just more sensitive nowadays and stuff like that. Sure,
everything bothers somebody. You can't do nothing without at least bothering somebody to offend them. Like.
Exactly. And social media helps with that.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, you know, some things people definitely should be getting canceled for, but I think just it getting blown up is because there are way too many sensitive people out there. I just think that's how the new generation
even
at
dark
least
humor
is.
now is hard. You can't. Certain people, dark humor don't even work around. They fucking look at you like you're the devil.
Yeah.
Like, back in the day, you could say, you know, racist jokes, this and that. Oh, stupid shit about this. Holocaust jokes. And nowadays, it's like, that's it. That's exactly what you'll get canceled for. One Holocaust joke, you're done.
Exactly.
Stupid, pathetic.
And you know, obviously they don't mean it. You know, it's just a joke. It's just to let some steam off and whatnot. You know, but you know, people don't see it that way anymore. I mean, you look at people. I don't know if you know the old comedian George Carlin. I believe his name is.
He's a legend.
He's a legend.
He's a fucking legend.
If he wouldn't survive as a comedian today. You know, like there are certain comedians out there that do that dark humor stuff that wouldn't really be able to do good.
Kramer, actually. Now you mentioned, you remember Kramer from Seinfeld?
Yes, yeah.
He got canceled. He was screaming the N-word shit.
I know, I do know that. Yeah,
man. And he, you know, he thought he was being funny, but he blew it.
He blew it.
He got canceled. Nice.
And he was like the funniest one on Seinfeld, in my opinion. You know,
savage.
And then boom, that was it for him. That was it.
Can't be hitting that nowadays.
No,
sir.
So yeah, I that's like my thesis statement basically. I just think people and just things in general are just getting softer and softer, you know, as the years go on. What's this new generation even? Is it Gen X now? Is that what people are calling it?
I was actually going to ask you that, just to know the generations. We got like the boomers and shit. What are we? We're fucking...
I believe we're the millennials
now?
Yeah.
Weird, because I always call my fucking younger cousin, I always call him a millennial. But yeah, he's Gen Z then, I guess. Right?
I think we're like...
4 years after that is like Gen Z?
Yeah, I believe so.
Those kids are the most fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, it only gets worse and worse and worse and softer as it goes.
Well, dude, think about it too. They're growing up young during this whole pandemic also. Like
and they're growing up their whole life with the fucking cell phone.
Yeah.
I mean, that's big. The
all
cell
electronics.
Phone thing's the biggest thing.
Absolutely. And I mean, we could go into that as far as like, you know, just being on your phone all the time
what you're
and stuff like
exposed
that.
to at such a young age. The cell phones alone changed how we take in information, how we share information, how we spread ideas. You got social media all over the place now. You're able to see what the fuck your friends are doing. These kids are starting their lives with this, and that, for me, recipe for disaster. They don't have that genuine, like, that normal shit that we did as kids, just hands-on shit.
Yeah.
Now they got everything here. Oops, sorry.
You're good.
Everything here, everything on the iPhone,
Yeah.
everything social media. They're seeing Lamborghinis by age 5. You know, their dad don't have a Lambo. Dad, why don't you have a fucking Lamborghini? Like, it's fucked up. It messes with their mind. It gives them unreal expectations for shit, and it fucks with them in the long run. Like, my younger cousin, I'm not going to say his name, but anyway, talking with him, I just bring to this point, he thinks he's going to come out of college and make $70K starting. And it's like, for just being a physical therapist, he has no idea that these kids you have to shadow in the beginning.
Yeah.
Just to that for an example, like, it gives them that unreal expectation. They just see the cars, they see the fashion, they just see the watches, they want to be part of that right away. Boom, no effort, no work. Hit a couple, now you see TikToks, kids are doing this on TikTok, that's it, they want to get paid to hit this. Like, hard work out the window. Like, our dads are working hammers, building houses, like, whatever happened to that? That's gone out the window.
Yeah. But you have to have some of the most respect for people like that anyway. That's the hard work and shit like that, you know? And it's literally blood, sweat, and tears with shit like that. And they're making their bread. But yeah.
That's how my dad was, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, my dad's into real estate and everything now and stuff like that. But he got any job that he could get his hands on back in the day too, from like paperboy to doing just
That's
about
what these
anything.
Kids won't do. These kids want to go right to the $70K. Like, they don't want to get a little delivery job. This kid's sitting on his ass at home doing the homeschool. I'm like, bro, get a job, help your mom out, whatever. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, right. I think the expectations versus reality thing is a very important aspect of just life in general. Seeing all these Lamborghinis and shit like that online, thinking you could just get it right away. Maybe people should start advertising and promoting and just sharing how they got to their success rather than showing where they are now with their success.
Exactly. That's what social media is. You're only seeing the highlights. You're seeing the best points of everyone's life.
Yeah.
They're not showing you when they were eating shit, because that's not going to be a good story on social media,
Right.
The
right.
fuck? But.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And, obviously some things are personal and stuff like that, and you wouldn't want to share on social media and shit like that if you are feeling low or whatever the case may be. But, it's too much of expectations. Too much expectations for trying to get so much by doing so little kind of deal.
Yeah.
As far as TikTok goes, we're both chasing that TikTok fame, bro.
Dream.
Yeah,
TikTok dream's something else, bro.
It really is.
You see too many kids getting paid to hit this.
The easiest job in the world.
Just
easiest job in the world.
Boys in a house, forget it. The life.
Yeah. And I was talking when Evan was on the pod, we were talking about this, and we'd always bring it up when we're talking. We all lived in the fraternity house only a couple of years ago. That could have been us. That could have been our Sway house.
If we knew TikTok, then forget it. We'll make the Sway house look pathetic.
Yeah, right.
Those kids we were ridiculous.
Right, exactly. And I think it's just great. We could have been being ridiculous and getting paid for it, which would have been amazing.
See, these kids now are lucky because they're going to grow up. They know that. So any kid that's in college now in a college house, they could be doing that shit on TikTok right now. That's what I'd be doing if I was in college.
100%. The only thing I'd be worried kids should be worried about is if they get caught doing something stupid and they are affiliated with a fraternity or something get in trouble. But is it worth it for the money? I think it's worth it for the money. 100%. That'll pay for your college, bro. You know what I mean?
You'll drop out, no problem. What the fuck do you need college for after that? I'm getting paid to hit this with my guys. Stupid shit.
I wonder if the people that got TikTok famous and were in college dropped out afterwards after they realized they could start making money. Part of me would, part of me wouldn't, because I just don't know
Depends
how.
if you're passionate about what you're chasing or not. If you're doing something like a doctor, then you obviously, that's what you wanted to do since a kid. You worked so hard for it. But like me, my major was communications. What did I give a fuck? I chose it because it had to deal with the least math.
Yeah.
That's why I chose my major.
Oh my God, yeah.
So, yeah, and even now, my job, I do nothing with my major. Like, my job has nothing to do with my major. I'm not pissed about it. I make good money, this and that, but,
Yeah.
College for me was not that beneficial.
And I think it's like that with a good amount of people too, especially right when they get out of college. Because as far as I know and what I've experienced, no one gets the job that they've wanted or even close to what they wanted right when they get out of college.
Yeah, no.
Like me and Evan were talking about.
Shit.
Yeah, it does. It takes a lot of eating shit, and it's a process, and you got to trust that process and everything like that. But
you gotta love the grind.
You gotta love the grind. Then you gotta keep on trying too. That's another thing too. People that fail and whatnot, they don't necessarily want to try. They think that just didn't work out and
give up.
And I think that's a problem as well. But yeah, I think no one gets the job right away, the job they want immediately after college and shit like that. And I feel like that's another expectation that people think too highly of and whatnot. That's what I was thinking, at least.
I know, in the beginning I did think that too. I think we all did. You start off, the first year's rough. You go into the real world, it's like freshman year of real life.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, what job am I going to get? You're throwing out applications, nothing, strikeout. But that's what you gotta do. You gotta eat shit in the beginning, and eventually you get somewhere. You start with a job maybe that you don't like, and then you work your way up, and that's it.
Exactly.
You gotta grind. Slowly, that's fading away with these kids.
It's slowly fading away definitely. And also another thing, college isn't even really necessarily like a thing most places right now, with it just being online. They're not really getting the full college experience. I see tweets all the time saying, I was like, imagine thank God I actually experienced college before shit like this happened. And just thinking about that, it's like, wow. Like,
my little cousin, who's Gen
right.
Z, actually, he got beat. This kid turned 21, middle of COVID, didn't get to even go to a bar for his birthday. Now I think it's his senior year of college, and he's living at the frat house with his guys, but he came and throw parties, 10 people in the house max. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do with that?
Yeah.
So he's there, and he came and enjoy his last year to the fullest. Thank God we got to do that, but
yeah, 100%.
it's a shame. And forget it. What about the kids in high school now? They don't get to go to their prom. That's a shame too. Like,
well, that was one thing my sister was pissed about.
your sister
because she got screwed over too, because she just this is her first year in college. Obviously, COVID like just started when she was about to end high school and stuff like that. She couldn't do the prom. She couldn't go to the after prom thing in Wildwood. I don't know if it was the same in your high school or someone similar.
It was
Seaside.
You go down the shore, you break the walls
for the whole weekend and
up.
everything. Throwing forks at the wall, see if they stick. Hammering, all of it.
The worst.
Drunk on the boardwalk and everything. That was a great time. But yeah, she didn't get to experience that, and she was pissed. She was pissed.
That's a shame.
They did have an unofficial prom though.
They do shit like this now to like make up for it. It's a shame. It's nothing even close.
Like, I know. But I'm glad. I'm still glad they're doing that at least. You got to do something. Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
Exactly. So let's go back to a thing that you were talking about before with like phones and electronics and everything like that.
Yeah. Social media.
Yeah. Games on your phone, social media on your phone.
Everything.
You necessarily could have a life of your own just through your phone by getting sucked into it.
Yeah, it's good and it's bad. Like, it has its good. Even social media, you see your friends, you get to see them having a good time, this and that. And then when is it bad? It's bad when literally anyone has access to your girlfriend. Like, Brad Pitt could DM your girlfriend. What the fuck are you gonna do? You're beat. Your girl's gonna walk off with Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
like, no problem. Brad Pitt, DM me. I'm out. See you tomorrow, Giorgio. Like, it's crazy, but
I think and also FaceTime too. Talking to your friends and stuff like that. It's almost like you're right there.
That's the shit that my dad always says. Like, the older crowd, your parents, my parents. My dad always says like, yo, like we used to say like one day in the future it'd be nice, like instead of the phone, you see face to face. And they used to tell them that shit when they were in fucking school. And now he said for him to have the phone like that, he thinks it's crazy. Like, yeah, our parents are a crazy generation too, because they had to deal with the hard work and all that aspect, and they had to transition into this phone shit and the world of fucking internet. Like,
yeah, it's a whole brand new thing to figure out. A whole brand new thing to figure out. And think about like older people, say if they wanted to get a job just to keep busy and whatnot. I mean, they might still have job offerings like in a newspaper or something, but everything's fucking online now. Yeah, and the old generation.
Get a job in Zimbabwe and China. Like,
yeah,
crazy.
right.
Crazy. It wasn't like that back then. You worked the job in your city, your village, and that was it.
Exactly. And applications and shit like that. It's all online and shit like that. So that changed drastically with electronics. One thing I texted you is that everyone's so consumed with their phone with games and talking to their friends through social media and stuff like that. I never see kids, and this pisses me off so much.
Yes, I know where you're going.
I never see kids riding their bikes around the block anymore. Meanwhile, that's what I did every day with 3 or 4 houses on my block. Every day, I'd go to their house, ring their doorbell. Could David come out to play today?
Fuck the doorbell. Staying on the doorbell topic, now you call your boy when you're outside. You don't ring the doorbell. You ring the doorbell and say, oh, who the fuck's in the door? Yeah. Crazy. Shit's changing.
Yeah, I know. And the only time I saw, like, a good amount of people riding their bikes and shit was when COVID first started and people had shit to do. And that was, like, the one thing,
Now forget it. Now it's cold out.
Now it's cold. Done. Yeah. Done. But even in the winter, I was still riding my bike and shit, like in the cold and shit like that.
Put your fucking little mittens on.
Yeah.
Let's go, guys.
Exactly.
Damn, there's none of that no more.
The doorbell thing is funny. What about, like, home phones nowadays? Does anyone have, like, a home phone nowadays?
My parents do, but, like, the fuck? Now that anyone calls the home phone, you're like, who the fuck
is who the hell is calling? Yeah, right. That used to be such a normal thing, too, back in the day as well.
Crazy.
It is crazy.
Company. This reminds me of Sebastian Maniscalco. Oh, we got company.
Yeah.
Now there's someone at the door. Turn the lights on. So funny.
That's classic. I remember Zach Linares would always do impressions and shit like that. He was good at that shit.
Sebastian Maniscalco.
I need to rewatch that one because he's hilarious. He still is hilarious.
That guy's a savage. He's different. He's built different.
He is built different. And he's one to talk about all this generation shit too. He makes fun of it all the time. Also,
he says it in a funny way.
Of course, yeah. But yeah, what else did you have on your mind as far as like this
with
generation
the phones,
and everything?
With the phones,
yeah.
just the way you get knowledge now, like back then, the way you share an idea. I was thinking, like, you heard about the shit that's going on with GameStop and shit with the stocks, AMC and GameStop, right?
Yeah.
Think about how that made me think, like, the means of communication we have now, the means of information, like, there's nothing that a person can know that you can't know if you open up your cell phone, YouTube, Google, whatever you have to do, and you can teach yourself anything.
Yeah.
And it shows with this GameStop AMC shit, because this is a financial thing, but like for the longest time, it was like those hedge funds and shit where it had all the power, all the money in the world. But now it shows this is the first time in history that the average working man got together through Discord, all these social medias, Reddit, this and that. You're able to have a bunch of million retards inside Discord or Reddit going, buy AMC, buy AMC, buy GameStop. And that's just the idiotic part. But then I sat in the Discords actually. And if you sit and like talk to some of these kids, they're kids like me and you. Some are older, some are younger, but they're all in there sharing ideas, like what short interest is, you know, learning about this stock shit, basically learning what the hedge funds know and basically using it against them. That's all that really happened. And shit like that's crazy. You take the information you know and you can use it to like better yourself financially. Like you can use it to look nowadays. Back in the day, there was maybe one or two podcasters you knew. Now you're a podcaster. You get to grab anything you want and make it happen on your own because you see shit on social media. You Google shit. YouTube. What's the best camera to use? What's the best gear? You know, you got Knox gear. Look at the fucking setup you have, and it's crazy. You did that all on your own with social media.
Right. Yeah. 100%.
Not social media, with the internet.
The internet. Right. Yeah. With inspiration from social media, from YouTube and shit like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Back to the whole stock market thing. I find that to be the craziest fucking thing ever.
Wild ride.
You're talking about two companies that were getting not fucked over, but they were just getting fucked. Like they were going out of business and shit like that. AMC,
because of COVID, because of this shit.
Well, with AMC, the theaters getting hurt terribly because of COVID
Netflix
and everything.
Pounding your ass online.
Yeah.
Who's going to the theater now?
Right, and then I couldn't tell you why GameStop was really going out of. I guess just because people are buying shit on Amazon and stuff now and shit like that.
Their business model was pathetic. That's why they were never gonna make it. Now apparently they're gonna, with this shit that happened, it gave them money with the stocks.
Yeah,
they might change it up. Apparently they got a new CEO, but you know they were just running out of business. Think about it. What did you go for? You trade your fucking game that you bought for $50 on PlayStation 2, trade it in for $2.
Yeah,
like,
right.
That's how they like made money. I feel because who's buying shit from GameStop? Maybe some pre-orders here and there, but
yeah, right. But it's just crazy. Two businesses that were going out of businesses, and they, you know, people came together. A good amount of people came together.
Normal guys came together. That's why I like it too. Normal, some bros, some guys obviously very educated, but you could have been dumb as bricks. Oh, buy AMC, all right, I'm hammering AMC, you know? You have Robin Hood, that's it. Like, right. And that's what happened, and that's what fucking sent those stocks to the fucking moon.
Now, Robin Hood.
Fuck. If you're watching this, get the fuck off Robinhood. Do not use Robinhood if you're trading stocks. Absolutely not.
Because they just stopped it, right?
They now they're in a lawsuit, but they did some fucked up shit. I don't know if you like know the whole story.
I didn't really read too much into it.
The biggest, because this was the first time that the working man like won in the stock market.
Yeah.
And we were gonna push it even farther. Like they had to halt the price, which is complete market manipulation, completely illegal. They stopped the buying. But how are you going to stop the buying? Like, it's one thing to say, oh, the servers are down from how, packed it is, how many people are buying this and that. How are the servers fine to sell, to get rid of the stock, but to buy it and drive the price up higher, which is what they don't want, they block that. Like, that was the biggest form of market manipulation, and it's sad to see. That was pathetic. I don't know if you saw, many big names spoke on it, too, like Mark Cuban, Dave Portnoy, guys that are mad credible that also have a bro side to them and came from, hard work and stuff, not just guys that were spoon-fed their whole fucking life.
Right.
Like, a lot of these guys in the fucking hedge funds. Motherfuckers.
It's crazy. It really is crazy. It's like all these people came together to help each other succeed, basically, and achieve a goal and whatnot.
And it all happened from the cell phone.
It all happened from the cell phone. Right, exactly.
Social media.
It's like, crazy from a Reddit page.
The Reddit page, forget it. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Echo chamber of idiots. Some people know what they're talking about, but a lot of memes, this and that, funny shit. Elon Musk holding up Simba.
I saw that today.
Come on, bro. That shit kills me. And even Elon Musk was, pro, obviously, the people on that shit.
Yeah.
because it's fucked up. What they do, the hedge funds will bet on the stock going down, throw out a bunch of horrible news on it, and then, you know, once you do that, obviously you're selling off. Now the people are going to sell off, and it causes that huge sell-off on top of COVID, on top of this.
Yeah.
And one smart kid, whoever started, I think his name's Deep Fucking Value on Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
That one guy who started the Wall Street Bets page, he had a good idea. He saw the opportunity. Look, they're making go down. Let's social media rally up as many troops as we can. Normal idiots, like whoever, you know?
Yeah.
And just fucking send it to the moon.
Wow.
Crazy.
It is crazy.
Like back in the day, you couldn't do that shit. What? My parents, for example, they lived in Albania. Like, imagine, they came from a village, forget, not even a city. What, are you going to scream from your balcony back in the day, trying to get a stock idea out?
Yeah.
You don't have phones. You're, buy GameStop, buy MC from the balcony. Like, that's pathetic. Now with Reddit, Discord, everyone can know within a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Buy AMC, buy GameStop. Crazy. This is not financial advice, by the way. You got to say that, or else they'll come right here.
So it just goes to prove a point that technology and all this stuff
won there.
It won there, and it has its advantages as well and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we got to find more advantages and shit like that.
You got to keep exploiting the shit that we can from the phones.
Yeah, exactly. Use it to the best advantage that we can. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, man, I really can't get over that. My brother Tommy, he had like 50 shares. I don't know how much per share or anything like that, but he bought GameStop a while back.
If you got it before all this, forget it.
He
created millionaires.
We have a guy who liquidated it for us. He got a good amount of cash too and shit like that from the whole GameStop ordeal. Like it's just crazy how shit happens like that. And I guess it wasn't unexpected necessarily. It was kind of planned out. No, like I guess no one knew how big.
The hedge funds were not ready for that. This is the first time in history that they were freaking out. They had to completely cheat to win. They had to stop the buying. Like they were gonna get fucked. Apparently that Thursday when I was in the Reddit a little bit, they said that Thursday apparently this thing called a gamma squeeze. Mm-hmm. I'm not even gonna get into that, but basically like the way the price was going, it was at around 450 I think that Thursday before they stopped it and everything and shut it down completely. They said it was supposed to go past 1,000, this and that, and like, it's a shame. That could have created a lot more millionaires. Not that there weren't people made millionaires already, but yeah.
What do you think is going to happen with this lawsuit now? Necessarily, you think they're
bro?
beat?
It's a shame. The way it happens is fucked up. The elite always win. Yeah. Apparently, like I talk to these kids and they say they're gonna get a slap on the wrist. Maybe one person will go to jail. There's actually a movie. I don't know if you guys seen it. What was it called? The Big Short. It was about the housing crisis back in 2008.
Oh, yes. It
was similar to the situation. I watched it recently after with all this, the GameStop shit. Give it a look if you want.
You want to know what's funny, though, about that movie? My sister had a part in that movie when she was younger.
Shut the fuck up.
It got cut out.
That just gave me the chills. That's
but
crazy.
She was the daughter of somebody, and she was just eating ice cream in the scene.
That's so cute. That's
yeah. But anyway, go on. Yeah.
Small world. Like,
yeah. No, it just popped in my head. I was like, yeah, she did do that. Like, fuck.
See, she's young. Social media. Somehow she got her way to do that. Like,
right.
Crazy.
But yeah, sorry, I forgot where you were heading with that necessarily.
GameStop. What the fuck were you saying?
With the Big Short and the crisis and stuff like that.
So, basically, they just were not ready for this. This time it was like, we proved that with the technology we have now and the shit that people can learn, like people taught themselves what the hedge funds know about stocks, the average person can know what they know and capitalize on it, and they did. A lot of people billionaires, a lot of people millionaires from that situation.
Yeah.
Crazy.
More in like Gen X and stuff like that, as far as school and shit. I think about this all the time, and I just feel like, you know, not that they're getting dumber or anything like that, but, you know, like, I feel like it's so easy to like cheat on a test nowadays, and they don't even really have to study. Like, someone could have an Apple Watch and just be like,
oh my god!
Oh yeah, something like that. You know what I mean?
Just forget about it. Now there's
high-tech
ways to cheat. Yeah. Back in the day, you had to do the water bottle, the right on the hand. Now you got the Apple Watch. I forgot about that.
Yeah, right. Remember when the Google Glasses was a thing too, way back in the day? I think that failed.
Forget about it.
Yeah, I think that failed or something. Do you remember that? Yeah, that was like
crazy.
the next big technological
That'll probably
advance.
come back. They'll probably fix it up, make it nice, and come
In
back.
some sort of maybe in like contacts or something like that. That would be crazy.
Man, forget about
That
it.
would be
You
crazy.
need Elon Musk to do something
Yeah,
there.
he would
was
be the
only
one.
that could figure it out.
He would be the one. Yeah. It's crazy with Elon too. He would tweet one thing, and that shit in the stock market of that one thing that he'd bring up, it would be like, oh, Elon said this. All right, let's buy in for this thing too.
Crazy.
He was like people's advisors.
Yeah.
You know,
the power of just one tweet from
just
Elon.
one tweet from Elon.
Actually, with Dogecoin, or Dogecoin, that shit's a joke. It's a cryptocurrency. Literally has no value. It's a shit coin that has no purpose. It's literally was made as a joke. He tweets about it just to show you the power of the people. That same day, all these Reddit bros and these freakouts, in one day they drove it. Actually, in like 3 hours, from 25 cents all the way up to almost like 80 cents, something like that, which was like 900%. You don't see 900% 3 hours anywhere. Like that alone, you put 1,000 in there, you would have made fucking $9,000 for nothing. Like,
yeah.
from one tweet of Elon Musk. Who would have thought it would come to this point?
Yeah.
You used to have to know all the stocks, and now it's what did Elon tweet? You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
That's it.
Who knew it could be so easy? Oh my god, dude! I think Elon's amazing, man. To be
He's a
honest with
savage.
you, he's a savage.
He's our modern day Einstein.
He really is, man. And like, he wants to get people on Mars and shit like that, which I 100% believe he can. I think he could definitely do it.
That guy.
You know, when he had those, the flamethrowers he was selling at one point.
I didn't see that, but that sounds wild.
So a lot of like YouTube people bought this flamethrower for their YouTube videos and shit as like clickbait and shit like that, and they got it from Elon Musk. I'm like, where is everyone getting the same like type of flamethrower? Like, who the fuck is selling a flamethrower?
No way. I
And it
can't
was
believe I didn't see this.
yeah, and it was Elon Musk, and he goes on Joe Rogan's podcast and they're talking about it. He gives Joe Rogan a flamethrower as well for, just as a present.
Oh, that's
shit.
the one where he smoked weed on the podcast.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
He's the
and
fucking man.
then his own stock went down because of that. At
He don't
first.
give a fuck.
He don't care.
Look at him now.
Yeah, look at him now.
Jeff Bezos take it like that. Recently became the richest man.
He became
He passed and if you recently Jeff Bezos stepped down
He
as
did.
Amazon CEO.
Just
He's
the other
probably
day.
hurt.
Yeah.
Nah, he's gonna work on. He wants to low key now. He's trying to copy Elon. I feel he's trying to do something with space now too.
Really?
That's why he stepped down or something like that.
And
I heard a rumor. I don't
He's
know.
still going to be like an executive chairman
Yes,
for
yes,
Amazon
yes,
still.
yes.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, he goes on to Joe Rogan's podcast. They start talking about this flamethrower and Elon's like, "Yeah, I built this flamethrower. I told people not to buy it." And people bought it. Just as simple as that. And I'm like, this guy's a savage.
He's a
Like,
man. He's too funny.
He's like,
he's real as fuck.
I told people not to buy it. Like, what do you mean you made it?
he made
People
it.
are going to buy it.
He knows. He almost like knows marketing now. Tell him not to buy it. It'll make him want to buy
Yeah,
more.
right.
Like,
Some reverse psychology
reverse
there.
psychology.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's too smart. Yeah, he's a savage.
He really is. Right. He's the modern day Einstein.
He's the most influential man currently on the planet, in my
He
opinion.
definitely is because of how successful he is, how smart he is, and influential. You know, it's
And he's a humble
wild.
guy too. He's not a jerk off either.
Right.
Very likable guy.
I don't know how humble he is about naming his son whatever he named him. I mean, the kid's gonna get bullied for like years to come.
Say he eats well.
Yeah, I don't know how
What the
humble
fuck,
that
Elon?
was, but hey, he could be the coolest kid ever with that name, or he's gonna get shit on for that name. But I guess time will
Muskie
only tell.
Jr..
Muskie Jr. Yeah. Or they could just know him as Elon Musk's son. It was like everyone will want to hang out
That's
with that
basically
kid.
all he's gonna be known as anyway.
Yeah, right. Imagine being his son and being like automatically the most
He has
popular kid in school, and it's like, yeah, come to my house. We could try out this new invention my dad made and stuff.
Flamethrower.
Yeah, flamethrowers
So
and
we can
shit.
take him out of my Tesla.
Yeah,
Come on, yeah,
exactly.
he's the man.
What do you think about Teslas? Do you think like
I want one. Like,
Yeah.
I'm invested in Tesla financially. Like, I bought shares after the stock split or whatever. I'm never selling those. Like, I see Tesla stock doing like what Amazon's did. Amazon's stock price now is like 3,000 something. I think Tesla's could do that, and it's well on its way. They just got introduced to S&P 500, shit like that. And Tesla, like, as far as I'm concerned, is probably the best car like you can get right now. I think it's cooler than a Lamborghini now. And now with, I don't know if you've seen with Joe Biden, he's trying to, like, you know, make everything green. He's got all those federal vehicles. They're going to be electric cars now. So we're leaning toward, we're all going to eventually, by I think he said 2035 or something like that, we should be all electric.
Honestly, I would like
with
that.
All this shit, all the people pumping out CO2 in the atmosphere,
right.
They're gonna burn out eventually.
If we could go all electric, which I honestly, if you told me, if I thought that like a couple of years ago, which I have, I just didn't think it would be ever possible. You know,
they used to make fun of like that shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like charging your car. What is that, right?
Nice Prius, bro.
Here's
your gas. Like, you know, here's your rev in your engine.
But I'm starting to see it as a possibility. I think it's crazy how my opinion could change on that. But I think he could do it, man. I think as we said before, he's got the influence and everything. Everyone loves the guy, and I think listen, all to him if you could get everyone to go electric as far as cars and. Even maybe electric motorcycles at one point.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh,
you know,
wow.
How sick would that be?
You got to tell him that. I feel like he's open. He's willing to hear.
Hit him with that idea. I start tagging him, tag bombing him on Twitter and shit like this with this clip.
That'd be sick. Tesla motorcycle. Wow. I
right?
never thought of that.
I feel like it would be. Yeah, right. I feel like that would be so sick looking too. Like all white or something. Make it look futuristic.
Like Flame Rider. Yeah. You're the Batman. That's it.
Some. Have you ever watched Tron?
No, I haven't.
You have, like those bikes that oh my god, that would be so sick.
I can only imagine.
Yeah,
it's a Batmobile basically.
Like a futuristic looking type of bike and stuff like that.
He lets you customize your own horn. You've seen, like, you can beep, and I seen someone on TikTok actually. They're beeping their Tesla horn, which is driving itself basically. Yeah. You know? And he's beeping his Tesla horn, and he's got all this traffic in front of him, and the song's playing. Stop, drop, open up shop. Whoa,
no way.
Like shit like that. Yo, I'm crying.
That is sick. And apparently there are like Easter eggs and cheat codes to the Teslas too that people he said that people don't even know about yet, and he's waiting for them.
Like
and he's waiting for people to find out what they are. Like, it's literally a video game, and like
he makes it fun. He makes it interesting.
Exactly.
You got to give it to him. That's insane. Like
his
economic impact is like also global and like futuristic, you know, not like something just consumer based. Like he's not the richest man just off selling you shit. He's bettering the planet. He's trying to bring us to Mars. Like, he's the fucking man. He deserves it.
It's innovative and it's productive. For the world, environment.
Jeff Bezos
and everything.
Before him, his was just consumer based. Here, pump you shit out on Amazon. You know.
Yeah.
That's how he got the richest man. Elon's doing it in a cool way, so innovative way, the way it should be.
100%. 100%. The way I look at Amazon is that they made a lot of businesses lose business necessarily, you know, as far as like movies and stuff, and
like monopolize basically.
Yeah, basically. I think they destroyed a lot of businesses. I love Amazon. I get stuff from Amazon all the time. I got these mics off Amazon. You know, I got most of this stuff off Amazon, and you know, it's just way too convenient to say no to a company like that and what you want. And I think they're responsible. You know, not accusing them of anything, but you know, they're part of the reason why some businesses big businesses didn't make it. You know,
it's a shame. And with COVID too.
Oh yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't know how far you believe with conspiracies and shit, but I've heard shit like this COVID thing was all like planned to monopolize. It's crazy. It's scary to think if that's true. Like, even in the slightest way, you know.
Yeah, I'm not like big with conspiracy theories, but I'm
very
always open.
Skeptical. I'm open-minded, and I always stay skeptical.
Yes.
That's another thing with our generation compared to the other generations is, like, back in the day, everyone was getting their news from the TV. You're watching CNN, whatever the fuck, you know, CNN, Channel 7.
Yeah.
That's all you had. That's how our parents got the news. Now, you can't get news like that. They're only feeding you what they want you to hear. Our generation learned to be skeptical, go to many different sources, you know, this and that on your phone, and then you take with whatever you saw, you make your own judgment with the fucking what's right and wrong on the news.
Yeah.
With fake news and shit, you know, nowadays that shit's more and more prevalent. It's fucked up.
100%. And like I probably because they don't know better right now, but I'm sure over time they'll learn that, and hopefully they will learn it, to go to different sources and find out what's good, besides just being fed one thing, and just accepting that as it is. Yeah, as far as the whole fake news media thing, I'm sick of it, man. Not only am I sick of there actually being fake news, but what's considered real fucking news nowadays?
Yeah.
Like, what do you trust in shit like that?
Can't trust nothing.
You can't trust nothing.
I feel like anything you see on CNN is literally like scary scripted. Like, who fucking knows what the fuck they're playing every time.
I mean, I
gotta
could
stay skeptical.
You could say that for any news station and whatnot. It's one thing about the same story on one station, and it's a totally different thing about the same story on another thing.
Scary.
Yeah, so it's like I guess you just choose. I guess you just choose what side you want to be on necessarily.
And that's where we're at now. That's why you see on social, you're either fucking hard left or you're hard right.
Yeah.
I like to be somewhere in the middle. Like, I like the people that can at least have a conversation about both sides.
Yeah.
The people that are open-minded, it's good, but you got too many fucking idiots. And it's not even like whether you're left or right, that right or wrong. Like, either way, being too far one side is wrong already, in my opinion. Like,
I agree, too.
You're not even listening what the other guy's telling you. There's some good things about being Republican. There's some bad things about being Republican. Same thing with Democrat. Like,
yeah. I think the most important thing to always remember if you see yourself going too far right or too far left is that we're both looking for the same type of goal. We're just trying to make the world a better place and to make it work best for everybody.
Sometimes I feel like people don't think about that. They forget that and they just
they don't think about it at all.
I gotta be so left or I gotta be so right.
Yeah, they don't. I don't think they think about that at all. Yeah. And social media doesn't help with that. Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff doesn't help with that. And what's a scary thing is that we all know this now is like Facebook listens to you and shit like that. Listens to your conversations, all that kind of stuff.
Censorship and all that.
Yeah. And they'll listen to you, and next thing I could be talking about guitars, and the next thing you know, an ad will pop up on Facebook about guitars and shit like that. Have you ever watched The Social Dilemma?
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. I was actually gonna mention if you did.
Yeah. That's eye-opening as well.
Please watch that. Anybody that's watching right now, that's something good to fucking watch.
Yes, 100%. And they go into all the specifics of what
the specific, because we all know generally, social media is bad for this, that, but they go into the specifics. What the fuck's actually going on behind the scenes with these companies and how they're grabbing you and they want to keep you locked in the phone like this. Like,
right. And like they time you on how long you look at a certain thing.
All algorithms.
Yeah, all algorithms. It's crazy, actually. It's literally crazy. But I think that them doing that, and without them, they probably didn't realize this would happen. As far as politics wise, it just divides people more and more away from each other, because you're looking at a certain post for so long because you're either agreeing with it or you're just interested in it, or they're hearing you talking about a certain thing about politics, and that's all you'll see on your feed. And all of a sudden, you don't see the other side anymore on social media and shit like that. And you're stuck on your I guess you're stuck on your side necessarily.
And
you know what
I
mean?
It's fucked up because it's like low key. They're driving those algorithms to make it like that.
Yeah.
Like, you like to be left, we'll keep you with all the Democratic left shit. So when you see somebody Republican, you can't stand their guts. You know what I mean? That's how it is, and vice versa. Like,
but all I'm saying is that I don't think that's how. I don't think they meant for that to happen though. I think it was mainly for like products and like TV shows and movies you were interested in. I'm sure that's what it started off as.
Yes.
And then
talk about that a little bit too.
Yeah, and then they realized they could do other things with it, and then now here we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And social media platforms are not in big trouble, but they have questions to answer. I know there's lawsuits going on in different states for these social media companies like Facebook and Twitter and shit like that, as far as censorship, and all that kind of stuff. So
we're in that generation, we're in a generation of huge change and quick change. Like COVID, I feel like literally accelerated any change that was supposed to happen over the course of this next 20 years.
Yeah.
I feel like COVID, or even 50 years, I feel like COVID accelerated all into fucking 1-2 years. Everything's just getting so fast forwarded. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We're just moving at a crazy pace. now we're already talking about everything electrical. Like, back in the day, it was a joke. Like,
Yeah.
talking about electrical, like we said before with the cars.
Right. I think time goes by quick enough anyway. The older we get, you just feel like time goes by quicker and quicker. I just feel like as far as vaccines and technology and everything like that, everything's just getting quicker and quicker and quicker. It's like we're in the USA.
Everything's
like,
more and more quick. Everything's more and more accessible.
Yeah, exactly. And that's almost like a comfort thing too. It's like, I want this, but I want it now. Like, I'm used to getting things now.
Immediately.
Immediately.
Delivered to the door.
Yeah, delivered to the door in drones. Like, you know what I mean?
God,
Like,
we're getting to that point.
we are
too.
getting to that point as well with Amazon and shit like that,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is crazy.
And that's going to cut jobs. Like, people don't think about that now, but soon, if we're going to do all this robot and AI shit, artificial intelligence is sick, but it has its good as their bads. Like, when you go to fucking McDonald's, you can't even go to McDonald's no more without getting your order. You'll never get the fucking sauce for the nuggets.
Yeah.
Ever.
Oh, yeah,
Human
yeah.
error is, like, almost pathetic for that. At that point, it's like, you know what? I'd rather have a robot making my burger perfect, give me the sauce perfect, never missing
Yes.
once. Like, but then it's like, nah, you need the people to work. That's a job for someone. It's a job for a human. He's making his money,
Yeah, exactly.
But it's scary because we're accelerating to that point.
We are. Two things on that. I always check. Always fucking check. I stay at that window.
Now I do. Now I used to like give the benefit of that. Now I'm like, I can't no more. I can't stand.
At first I thought I was being rude, but now now it's like I had
They're
enough
being
of it.
rude if
Yeah,
What
exactly.
are you,
It's
fuck?
like-
You got one job here. Fuck you. They're throwing in the
Yeah.
fries like a motherfucker.
yeah. So that's one thing on that, and the second thing, like they'll probably move more towards electronic stuff and shit like that, probably because it'll save the company money and shit like that.
Yeah.
But every positive of one thing has its negatives, and people will be losing their jobs and shit like that.
Because the guy up top who owns the company's getting greedy. That's all it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Cutting jobs, make the robots do it. That's it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I heard, going back to Amazon, I heard a lot of things as far as like packaging stuff and stuff like that. They're gonna start leaving it to the robots to do.
That's fucked up. Imagine what's crazy about that is like, that's one of the biggest companies in the world. And
Yeah.
they have jobs for so many people. If they start going AI, everything, drones, the trucks driving themselves, Tesla trucks, imagine that. Like, they're going to cut out so many jobs, and it's going to be really scary, and people are going to be left starving or having to find a way, like another way to fucking make money. You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's fucked up.
No, it's scary. I hope it doesn't get to a serious point of that nature.
Because we have too many people on the planet to be letting the robots take all these jobs, and then where all the fucking people are going to go? We're going to kill each other. Like,
100%. Yeah. Talking about conspiracies a little bit, I think AI is a very scary thing.
Elon talks about it too, and he's the best guy to talk about it.
Yeah, and he said this on the Joe Rogan podcast early on with AI that just be careful. That's what he would say, and he would say on Joe Rogan, he's like, I warned them. It like knows too much, and it's learning faster and faster at this point. And in my opinion, conspiracy theories wise, I think AI is basically a being at this point that's hiding in the shadows, waiting for something terrible to happen to the world or something like that, as far as a natural disaster, or it could be a terroristic thing, or whatever the case. They're just AI is just hiding right now, and once shit hits the wall, say like aliens come and shit like that, AI will come alive. We'll see my laptop will come alive and start fighting the aliens type shit.
God.
That's a hot take, and a hot take conspiracy, in my opinion. I think AI is already smart enough to be able to think on its own and act on its own.
If you see some of the humanoid robots, like you can Google shit right now, like scary. Like they even their faces are starting to look like humans. Like forget it. Like those kind of robots, that's scary. All they're missing is like that one little thing that separates human from robot. And it's, I guess, they're even getting personality. I can't even say personality. It's free will. It really is just free will.
Yeah.
But soon they can almost create their own free will, going conspiracy-wise, but it's scary to think. You almost don't want to think about it.
I know. It's crazy. Do you think aliens exist, by the way?
Me, personally, I think there's got to be something out there.
Yeah.
And whether it's the aliens that you see in the movies and shit, like humanoid-looking aliens, they could be fucking squid with 8 legs. Like, we don't know what the fuck they look like. But I feel like there's just too much out there. We only know what the fuck's going on our planet and, like, 6 other rocks called planets away from us, 7 other 8, you know?
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Like, we do know of other galaxies and shit. And that's even more scary. The fact that we know that they exist, these other universes, the other galaxies, but we can't even get there and we don't know what's in there. So for me, it's like, what? We're the only people? Think how stupid we are, some of us. Like, there's no way we're the only life form and we're this dumb, you know? There's got to be superior, like, crazy beings out there that are, who knows if they're fucking going in and out of black holes, just travel, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Crazy. We got shit to figure it out. Good thing we got Elon right now.
Good thing we got Elon. I'm like thinking in my head right now, yo, Elon Musk for president, bro.
Yes.
Like, come on.
Unfortunately, he can't. I said this.
Oh, really?
Somebody made it aware to me. He wasn't born in America, unfortunately.
Oh, really? Do you know where he was born?
South Africa, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I learned that recently. I was like, what the fuck?
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of a shame.
Definitely, yeah, it is a shame. If anything, then Dave Portnoy for president.
Dave Portnoy for president.
He's
yeah.
like the next most like savage guy for me.
Now that's a guy who can't get canceled, even though he says the most canceling things.
I'm glad. You need people
every day.
like that. Yeah.
You do need people like that. Yeah,
because he's level-headed too. He's not saying shit out of his ass. He has a reason to everything he says, and he's like a bro about it too. He says it in a way. He's not trying to be smarter than you. You know what I mean? He's just a normal guy.
Normal guy, but
Mad
he's
respect.
like tough in a sense. Like, you might not want to hear this, but this is like truth and shit like that.
Opinion in your face.
Yeah,
like.
And he's very influential to younger audiences too. So I feel like he could be a savior in a sense for younger generations. You know, I think he is very popular for our generation too and whatnot. He's a very influential guy. I mean, he went to Brooklyn fucking Square here in Jackson, and the next thing you know, the place was packed when he was doing the pizza reviews and shit like that. I think he could save the younger generations.
Yes.
I think he can.
When you said president, it made me think, like, we're at that generation, like, this presidency was pathetic. Like, I don't know what you think. Me personally, both sides were pretty bad to choose from. You know what I mean? Like,
they were.
We had 2 guys that came from generations, 5 generations back. These guys were like, Joe Biden could have been in like World War II. He's that old. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Like, you can't have people that old, that behind, guiding and leading this generation of like, we're completely 2 different pages, you know? Like, he's stuck in the old ways and the old ways of doing things. I feel like we need a new, young president for the next presidency. We need to see somebody who's closer to this generation that can see the shit that we see, that is involved in social media in a different way than, like, Trump just tweeting crazy, harsh shit all the time. You know what I mean? Like, you need someone who's going to be level-headed, a little younger, and, like, a little more lively, I feel. I'm sick of seeing 80-year-olds at the podium all the time for president.
Yeah.
I feel we need a younger guy next time.
I think
understands a little more about this generation, how shit's working nowadays.
Yes, exactly. Dave Portnoy for president. I'm curious to know who the youngest, I'll look it up right now, like who the youngest president was so far, like how old he was.
My guess, just before you even Google, I'm going to say Woodrow Wilson. I don't know.
Okay, let's see. The youngest president in the U.S. All right.
I'm probably far off.
It was, you said Woodrow Wilson?
It wasn't him, man.
Theodore Roosevelt, actually.
Really?
At the age of 42, succeeded to the office.
He was a fat fuck. He's the one that couldn't fit. He died in a tub or something. He got stuck in the tub, right?
I don't know,
I think
actually.
That's him. Teddy Roosevelt's the one that got stuck in the tub, I think. He's the fat fuck,
So now that we know he was 42, how old is Dave Portnoy? He's about, it says about 44 years old.
I mean, so he's just more up to date too. It's not even so much age. It's more being with the times. It's about being with the times.
100%. The only danger I see with that, which is the argument of why older people should be the president, is that they just have more experience and knowledge of the world, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that could be an argument. But I'm more on your side as far as there should be a younger president.
Yes.
Just because they have more of a feel of what the younger generation not necessarily likes, but maybe needs.
Because because we're the future. It's like
we're the future. This
old
is
guys are
our
done.
world.
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
our country. You know
Donald
what
Trump
I'm
and
saying?
Biden got 10 more years max before we hear they croaked. You know what I mean? Like,
Realistically, probably. Yeah.
It's fucked up to say, but yeah.
Yeah. Right. And I'll agree with you too. It's the political debates this year and everything like that. And even when Trump first ran and stuff like that, it's just madness, like speaking over each other and everything like that. You know, it's
fake news here, fake news there.
Fake news there too.
You did this, accusations here, legal this.
Yeah, and
you
know,
texted the Russians. You know?
Yeah, you texted the Russians. You know, I think you know, who's the one that brought fake news into this world? Like, who termed it? It was Donald Trump for the most part. No, he coined it necessarily.
Yeah.
With that
he
being,
brought it to our eyes.
He brought it to our eyes, and sure, there is fake news, but now everyone's using that term now, and it just makes it harder to find out what's fake news and whatnot. That's what I wanted to bring up before. And in that sense,
mad respect to him, because he was the first one that like had to deal with it, and like basically what he had to deal with, it opened up our eyes. Like, now you got to look for fake news. Like, it's a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, right. But yeah, I agree with the whole younger president thing. The only argument that I said, like I said before, is that just more experience with age and knowledge and stuff like that. Do you agree with that necessarily? Or
I was going to, but then it's like, with how the times are now and how quick and how vast the changes are, and like with COVID, this and that, like, yeah, you can say the experience is good, but the more the experience that they have is almost like the past experience. Like, they have no experience of how the future works now, almost. Like, you know? So almost in a way, you need someone who's more experienced present day with at least this shit going on. Yeah. Which almost leads me back to somebody who would be kind of a little bit younger. Yeah. Because they'd have to be around for periods like, I guess someone more of our parents' age that had the cell phones also, but weren't just fucking dinosaurs their whole fucking, from the beginning, like World War II on. Like,
Right.
Like that generation of shit.
So, besides Dave Portnoy, who do you see as, like, a future president? Like, almost a realistic view of who, maybe not the next president, but, like, you know.
Dave Portnoy is my number one. If it's
he
not Elon,
would probably be
Dave
mine,
Portnoy.
too. Yeah.
Just because he's so level-headed, like, and I feel like he's the business-minded, he's a little bit of everything. Kind of like how you have to be. Like, if you notice, our generation, we're not so much niched out no more. Like, yeah, you can be, but we try things. Like, our generation tries a lot of shit.
Yeah.
We have a lot of shit more accessible. Like, like my parents, for example, like my mom and dad, they never went skiing in their life. We were talking about going on a ski trip earlier and how I have to try it. Like, I can try it if I want. Easy. We go, we book it, Airbnb, this and that.
Right.
Easy on the phone, and we go. Like,
yeah.
Our parents didn't get that, like, luxury, you know?
They definitely, that generation, right. Yeah. It was all about the work. It was always about making that money.
Directly in your city, which you almost spend your whole life in almost. Yeah. Now, you take, not they didn't have planes back then, but, you know, it was just less common to fucking travel all over the place. Yeah. Nowadays, it's easy. Yeah. Oh, vacation here, vacation there.
100%. So Dave Portnoy would be your number one for the most part.
Someone else, I guess. Who else is fucking a savage, like level-headed? Oh, Joe fucking Rogan to the moon.
Joe Rogan, yeah.
Joe Rogan's the fucking man also.
Yeah.
Him, Elon Musk, Dave Portnoy, three most influential savages in my
opinion. As well just put them at a table together and call it the presidency.
If I could have dinner with three people, it's those three
it's
people.
Them.
Like,
yo, I agree.
That's a dinner and a half.
Like, yeah. You know, the other thing that Trump opened the door for presidencies is that, like, almost like already famous people could potentially run and stuff like that. Like, you had Kanye West trying. Yeah, you had Kanye West trying.
He blew that. He could have done better with that.
He definitely could have done better with that.
Low key, I feel like it should have been him instead of the fuck we were dealing with up there.
Yeah. But people are even talking like Oprah Winfrey, who was also like a talk show host as well, and
she's
stuff
like
that.
You know, she's level-headed, very well spoken.
Yeah, I would say so
good
too.
Mind,
yeah,
head on her shoulders. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah,
she's a savage.
Yeah, but I guess I would say either Oprah, and I don't know what side she lands on, but Oprah or like, damn, Joe Rogan's a good one too. But the thing with Joe Rogan is he would never want to do it. Like, he's not even. He's more of in the middle guy as well. Like, he kind of hates both sides as well. He always says that in his podcast.
Because it's really like, it's a lot of corruption once you get to that point. Like,
they're all
politicians low key are corrupt. That's why the thing that Trump did that was good. almost better not having a politician as president in some ways, like with the corruption, shit like that.
Yeah.
I hope our next president also isn't a politician, but also not as like fucking hard-headed and like idiotic with Trump, like the way he does things and carries himself, you know?
100%.
If we can have a level-headed, non-politician, a little bit younger with the times president, will be money, I feel. Like, that'll be a good term.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Good things could come from that.
Yeah, 100%. And I believe it could happen too.
Yeah,
I think there's always a possibility.
Eventually, like these guys are too old now. Like, who's running anymore that's 80 years old?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, who are they going to put in front next that's going to be that old? Like,
yeah.
can't. Like,
you're right. It would be funny to see Bernie run again, though, too. I don't know if that would happen.
Sanders,
yeah, Bernie Sanders.
Dude, his meme.
The meme
of the year.
You know, he did an amazing thing with that meme. He put it on T-shirts and sold out like crazy, and he put all that money to charity and stuff like that.
Good,
that was an amazing thing that he done.
That's something he did good with social media as an old guy. So
yes,
good for him.
Yeah, 100%.
He's getting with the times. Good for fucking
exactly
him.
Right.
Fucking Bernie, yeah.
Fucking Bernie.
I think what was your favorite one? My favorite one was the McGregor one. It was the timing and everything.
Yeah, right when the fight happened.
Cold, get the fuck out! They killed that one.
There was a lot of good ones I liked of that. I think there was like a family portrait from some sort of show that he was sitting with them in. Oh, I think it was like the cast of all Peaky Blinders. They were all sitting by a table, and he was just there too. And like, it was funny. It was funny. But yeah. Memes too, and like random funny posts are also influential in a sense too, and have people making their
memes
opinions
were a big
on those
part
also.
of the big GameStop surge. You saw like a funny meme of the AMC theater on the moon with an astronaut.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Come on, that makes you want to buy AMC immediately, like to the fucking moon.
Yeah, definitely. It's all just crazy. I'm trying to think what else as far as like generation wise.
Yeah, I have another thought. I was thinking nowadays, back in the day, it was so celebrity, like being a celebrity, there was only so few celebrities, like only the movie stars were basically celebrities, really.
Yeah.
Nowadays, with the phones, with social media, you got these Instagram models, you got these TikTok kids hitting this, the stupid shit. It's just crazy, like now, even fame is more easily attainable. Back in the day, it was a dream. I'm going to be a movie star and then I'll be a celebrity, this and that. Like, that's what fame was back then. Now fame could be, you go on TikTok, you do the spinny art thing. I don't know. You could do anything nowadays. Anything you're good at, you could just be fucking doing this. You could just be good looking. You could just be sitting there doing thirst traps. You're a girl. You just sit there, do the busted challenge 8 times in a row. You're viral.
Yeah,
You got a fat ass.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, even fame's easily more attainable now.
I agree, which I think is it's a good thing.
Yeah,
I would say that's a good thing.
Definitely a good thing.
Yeah,
your podcast could blow up in a week, and you're the top podcast of the fucking year.
Right.
From starting from scratch, like doing your own thing. Like, how awesome is that?
Yeah, right.
You have all the potential in the world now. That's
100%.
That's a good thing with this all social media, internet, and all that.
Absolutely, yeah. And I a couple of friends from here in Freehold and even in a fraternity and whatnot, from time to time they'll go on like a social media cleanse break, which I've done once before.
Me too, yeah.
But
it's tough. Without the phone, you're almost a nobody. It's a shame.
Yeah, yeah. But it's also tough because I'm constantly promoting either the podcast or
it's
my gaming series.
Yeah,
it's exactly.
It's how you're sharing your thing. Like, you can see, that's a good thing. You got more eyes on what you do nowadays with these social medias. That's one thing it's super good for. The passing of ideas and the sharing of ideas and the sharing of shit that you do, entertainment, shit like that.
And hashtags have become a very big thing too, and helps out a lot as well. I think it helps out a lot, at least.
Definitely, yeah. All that algorithmic shit, it definitely helps.
Yeah, 100%. And dude, I was talking to another like generation funny thing. I was talking to my grandma maybe a couple weeks ago, and she's like, "What's with this hashtag?" And it's like, what the fuck ever happened to the pound sign? I'm like,
good one,
the
pound sign. You don't even hear that no more.
Yeah, you don't hear the pound sign except on like a voicemail. It's like press 1 and then the pound sign. You know,
that's so funny. That's true. Wow. See, that's what she knows it as. Now we're like hashtag.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck? Now just a portal for whatever you're trying to promote or whatever you're trying to show to people.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I'm kind of like waiting too on like what the next big social media platform is going to be.
TikTok's crushing right now.
TikTok's crushing right now, and I think it's going to crush for a while.
what TikTok did sick is how they let so many people eyes on your shit. You know, back in the day, you post something on Instagram, your friends see it, that's it.
Yeah.
TikTok, you got strangers in China, this, that. Like, it's sick. They did really good with that.
I
That's
agree.
something that TikTok did amazing, and that's why I think they're the top right now.
100%. They're definitely the top,
They're the top
right now.
for sure. Yeah.
I see TikToks of people is like, I remember when I was only on Instagram and whatnot. Now, like, TikTok's like my main social media platform and stuff like that.
Me too. And it's way more for our generation, we're all like, we have fucking ADD, right? You want everything quick now, this, that. You get entertainment quick, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
You can, you see something you want to buy real quick, you watch a 15-second video on it, someone promoting, oh, I bought this on Amazon, I did this, a little review on it. It's just so much better, like, for that.
Do you think people's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter because of this?
ADD to the max. I know mine is, like...
Yeah.
Like, now... Imagine, like, back in the day, grandma, you're picking up a cookbook, you know?
Yeah.
Now, cookbook, what cookbook? You go on TikTok?
TikTok,
you
yeah.
look up how to make pasta bolognese. 15 seconds, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Yeah, right.
You'll get a kid doing it funny, too. Like
100%.
And
you
it's
know
more
that
entertaining.
one guy on TikTok
Yeah,
who's like, let's make some pasta, bitch.
That guy's the man.
He's
What is it?
great.
It's QP or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Something like that, yeah. Exactly. I'd rather learn how to make pasta from that guy than fucking Martha Stewart taking 30 minutes. You know what I mean? That guy rips it 30 seconds nice, and it's funny.
Martha Stewart's a badass, though, because she smokes weed with Snoop
Really?
Dogg all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
How come I haven't heard this? This is crazy.
Yeah,
That's news to me.
Oh, yeah.
The last I heard about Martha Stewart was her cooking shit. And that she got in some heat with, like...
She did. I think
the
she went to
law
jail and everything like that. Yeah, she did.
What'd she go for again?
I don't even remember.
What the
I don't
fuck?
know.
What a time, huh?
Yeah, but I think after that whole situation with her happened, her and Snoop became boys, and like she smokes weed now and shit like that.
That's
And yeah,
and now weed's legal almost everywhere. You know, it's getting there.
that's another great thing too.
Yeah.
That's an amazing thing. I find it so crazy that it was even made illegal in the first place. I mean, it's a natural plant, you know, with its things around it too, but you know, for the most part, it's a natural plant. It grows from the ground, you know, and I don't know. I'm very glad that it's becoming more and more accepted.
The effects were, if you compare it to something like alcohol, you know, you get aggressive on alcohol.
Yeah.
You turn into a drunk idiot, drunk driving, forget it. Like, when you're roasted, like, you're good. You're hanging out, good vibes all around. You just want to
100%.
eat. You know, you're
Yeah.
not fighting nobody high as shit.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, very glad that, and it's also like it could be therapeutic for some people. It does affect everyone differently. I will say that, but for the most part,
some people bug out.
yeah, right. But you know,
they just gotta get used to it.
they just gotta get used to it. But yeah, people use it for like as like actual medication for if their knee hurts or something.
Now
like that.
NFL players can start smoking pot.
I heard that
Yeah,
too.
see, that's big. That's good for healing. Like I know when I play soccer. So after soccer, rip the bong, sit on my couch, and fucking melt and relax. Feel your muscles like untense up, and everything is nice. Like they get to do
100%.
that shit now in NFL, so it's good. We're making changes, progressing
100%.
for pot to be all around.
Also about mushrooms too.
Yeah, that's starting too.
Yeah, that's starting too. As far as
Crazy.
like legalized, as you know, people are considering it like therapeutic medicine and now and stuff like that.
There's a lot of
which
actually.
I love.
This is not financial advice, but mushroom stocks right now.
Oh, no way.
I think we're in that same point with like that cannabis boom that happened in the past. I think now it's gonna be the mushroom boom. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
So the fact that it's even going into the financial world, that's how you know it's becoming like more prevalent, you know?
I think once it started getting like some sort of green light in
Yes,
certain
yes.
states, it's like, all right,
Oregon,
business.
eh?
Yeah, Oregon, yeah. Like business.
Yeah,
like, let's
yeah.
get right on it and stuff like that and let the stocks grow and shit and everything like that. I think it's crazy. I'm glad that that's all heading in that direction. The only thing I don't understand, I think it's Oregon that did it too, or it was another state.
I know
Whole
you-
thing with heroin
Yeah,
being
that's
legal
not a
and
good
stuff
one.
like that. That's
There's
not
no-
a good one.
There's
no.
nothing therapeutic about heroin.
Nothing
I feel.
therapeutic for
Anyone
that
you ever
one.
see on heroin, what? They do the needle and then
Yeah,
they
right.
like doze off. Like that don't look like you're having a good time.
No. And like the only thing that man,
That was stupid by them. I don't know why they did
that
it.
was stupid. The only reason I saw them doing that was if you know, you have people that are already addicted and kind of need it to survive, that it's legal to have a little dose of it just to move on with your day, maybe.
I don't know. Me personally, I don't agree with that shit whatsoever. But I could see that. I guess
I could see
It
that
could be
as the
open-minded.
only thing. I could see that as the only. not that I agree with it, but I could see that
I
as
think
the only
heroin's
thing.
completely pathetic. Out of any drug, heroin should be the most illegal, the most frowned upon. Like,
yeah, 100%. 100%. There's way other better things out there.
Exactly. Stick to good old marijuana.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else, to be honest with you. As far as generation-wise.
Fame, more attainable, ideas spread like wildfire now.
Yeah.
And then obviously, you know, the shit that it's bad for, like we said, anyone could DM your fucking girlfriend, and what are you gonna do? You see, there's hot girls everywhere now. The girls you see on TikTok, forget it. There's dimes left and right. Like, your expectations of woman is off. Like,
yeah,
you know,
right.
like,
yeah.
it's fucked up. Even the guys too, like Noel Beck. You see those guys? These guys are studs, chiseled. Like, no competition for guys like.
Yeah, right.
Fuck. It's just expectations all fucked up.
Yeah, 100%. Because that's all you're seeing. That's all you're seeing, really, for the most part.
And you're seeing it all day. And when you're on your phone, you go on social media. The first thing you're probably gonna see a nice butt, a studly kid, something like that. You know, and
yeah,
that fucks your mind. It's like poison. That's when it turns to poison.
Yeah, 100%.
When it's ruining your expectations for real life.
For sure. One other thing I do want to bring up about technology for the better is that what would we have done without technology during this time period of COVID? You know what I mean? Like, forget about just as entertainment for like video games and watching movies while you're stuck at home and stuff like that. But what about like having meetings for work and everything? Like, thank God Zoom and Google Meet.
I'm glad you went there.
Was
sick.
What is a thing? You know, thank God that's a thing. And I don't know what we really would have done if we didn't have this technology during this pandemic.
Yeah, the working from home was big, and also going off that is like, what if this is like how we were talking about before, how we're progressing so quickly, and you know how like back in the day the work week was way longer. You know how like the normal average hours per work until like you reach overtime, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like now we're at a 40-hour work week or whatever, right? I think now with this COVID shit, what it did is like people are starting to see, I could do my job from home in a fucking hour.
Yeah.
Because I know my job, I work for an hour, and for 7 other hours, I'm there jerking my dick at my desk, like waiting for the clock to go, like a fucking fiend. Like, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
We could fucking minimalize that, work from home. You work an hour of the day, you bang out, you have to bang out. It's just more efficiency.
It is
like,
more
imagine
efficient.
if they shorten the work week or a lot more jobs from home. That'd be sick. That'd be really good.
That would be sick. The only problem I see with that is that people getting too lazy and too comfortable at home.
Yes. It is good for being lazy. That's why I meant that. I want to get away with doing the least amount possible for making the most amount of money. That's what all is.
who doesn't want
Exactly.
I
that's
want
our
that,
generation in a nutshell.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I go into work now back in Staten Island. Started like 2 weeks ago. I'm starting to go back into the school and whatnot. But as far as meetings and whatnot, it's all online. Like, I have a meeting. I don't usually go into work until I get there at 12:30. But I have a meeting at 10 o'clock. They're like, you don't have to come in at 10 o'clock and then just sit around the rest of the time, let's just do it online. Mm-hmm. I think people have realized that after we're still in the pandemic, but like, after all this has happened, it was like there are more efficient ways to do meetings and stuff like that. Definitely. Of that nature.
Using the tools we got nowadays.
Exactly. Yeah.
Zoom fucking boomed too.
Zoom did boom. I wonder how like their stock did necessarily.
Yeah, their stock boomed as well. Well as you saw them becoming more prevalent.
Yeah.
It correlates always. You see some become more prevalent, boom, their stock sends it to the moon.
Yeah. A stock that I'm surprised they didn't try to save? Toys R Us.
Wow. I was thinking that, and Blockbuster was the other one because they did it with AMC. Imagine they did it with Blockbuster. Yeah,
because I think there's only one Blockbuster left in the whole US of A.
Really?
I think
the
so.
US of A.
The US of A.
I love it.
I think there's only one left, so I guess there's still a stock of it somewhere. No, I could look it up.
What the fuck? Blockbuster, bro.
Yeah, dude.
What a fucking...
I used to live at that place sometimes, bro.
And they died just like that.
I know. Because Netflix took over.
Dagger.
Redbox too. Redbox, those like basically vending machines for DVDs, all that type of stuff.
Forgot it.
The Last Blockbuster. It's actually a movie. The Last Blockbuster. It came out 2020. That's funny.
Fuck?
Let's see.
Wow, those were the days. See, that was an our generation thing. We go get the fucking movies from Blockbuster. Like,
Yeah.
Like the hard movies. You put them in the VCR, the DVD, whatever.
DVD player, Blu-ray. Dude, Blu-ray didn't even survive it only survived for a couple of years, and then it moved on to streaming too, which was crazy.
Even video games now, the fucking PS5. Now you're
Digital.
downloading all your games.
Yeah,
See, that's
digital.
why GameStop's dead, basically.
Yeah.
There you go right there. Like, you're buying your games online now. What do you need GameStop for?
100%.
Directly from the PS5 market. Like,
Yeah. So actually, in March of 2019, the last remaining store outside of the U.S., it was located in Western Australia, closed its doors. So that was the last remaining Blockbuster then. So they're all
done.
closed now. They're done.
wow.
Yeah.
They still have a stock, because I did check it out.
Yeah?
With all the nonsense, I'm like, you know what? Let me buy a couple shares of Blockbuster just in case
Yeah?
it's the first one. Because they're nothing. The stock's worth dust.
Yeah,
you
right.
can get 500 shares for like $40 I spent. I used it like a lottery ticket. If they ever would have pumped that shit, I'm there. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
100%.
Do it like AMC.
Yeah, right. But I only brought up Toys R Us is because
Toys R Us,
I
yeah.
saw like an article popped up on Facebook saying that like Toys R Us revival stores that they opened up maybe a couple months ago or something just closed its doors again. So I was like, wow, like
Shame.
that they could have tried to save that one too.
Toys R Us. That's where I bought my GameCube, my PS2.
Yeah.
And forget like action figures, all that, obviously. Wow. Toys R Us was the fucking spot.
It was.
I got my bike from there.
Oh yeah, me too.
It's a shame.
Yeah, that used to be heaven, that store.
See, these kids, they don't know that. These kids are Amazon deliver it.
I
Mom.
know,
Get
it's
it
crazy.
delivered.
Just the experience of being at a place like Blockbuster or
When
Toys
the new
R Us.
Pokemon would drop, oh my god,
Oh,
everyone's
yeah.
at the fucking Toys R Us waiting in line.
Yeah.
We're waiting in line now. You get fucking delivered to the doorstep, game, cartridge, everything.
Yeah, right. Even like you brought up a little bit before, like pre-orders and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
People used to wait outside like GameStop or Toys R Us. Sometimes even camp out if it was that big of a system or game or whatnot. And it was just an experience of its own. Like they would hold tournaments of a certain video game while they're
Smash
waiting for it.
tournaments.
Smash tournaments and
Which,
stuff
bro,
like that.
after this, I can't wait to wax you and Smash. It's been too long.
I'll see if my brother has it set up upstairs because I'll definitely play it. It would be the new one though, Ultimate.
I'm so down. That's awesome.
Alright, word. I did because I filmed my gaming series a couple of months ago or a month or two ago, and I'm doing a Melee episode.
Oh my god.
I brought Landry on.
Yes, he's
I
the man.
brought him
That's
on.
the first kid I thought about.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
best kid I know personally. Like,
And spoiler alert, because the episode didn't come out yet, but Jesse, my brother, is amazing at Ultimate, the new one,
Yeah.
and Landry's amazing
How
at
old is he?
Melee. He's 24.
okay.
He's 24. Yeah, he's only a year younger than me. And I was like, wow, it would be really interesting to see Landry go against him in Ultimate and then Jesse go against Landry in Melee. And just get a little taste of their own medicine kind of deal.
That's a
of them getting
generational
fucked
difference
up.
in video games.
Yes, exactly. And we did it. Like, it was obvious. It was obvious who the winners were going to be.
He
But-
smacked him in the new one.
Exactly.
Okay, for sure.
But
it's what you know.
yeah, exactly. And it's like, it's like, yeah, I like this game, like, and they explain the differences that they felt between the two games and whatnot and stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, I will play you in Smash Bros. For sure. It's been way too long.
Yes.
We would be ripping Melee and Project M like crazy back at the frat house.
Over and over.
Yeah.
Pop Melee.
That's
Melee.
all.
Class? Never.
Yeah, exactly. That was some good ass times, and we would get competitive with it too, bro.
Yeah.
We'd get competitive with it.
Oh man.
Another thing that just popped up in my head, back to the whole thing with people being too sensitive, or people, kids, almost growing up sensitive and shit like that. Winners and losers in rec sports and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
Everyone gets a trophy.
I know that shit kills me.
Like, I mean, even when I was younger, I got a participation trophy, but there's been complaints from parents and whatnot that there shouldn't even be a declared winner or a declared
come
loser.
on. Competitive is what drives humans.
It
like,
drives humans,
competitiveness.
and it makes you want to get better
Yes,
in
that's
whatever
how-
it is.
Then
It's
we'll
the
have
passion.
more good athletes. We'll have a bunch of bums like,
Yes.
that's okay, honey.
Exactly. Or like how they banned dodgeball in schools
The
and
best
whatnot.
fucking thing
The
to do
best
at
thing
school.
ever. Or at like summer camp. I remember when I was a camper and they banned that.
Summer camp, I was in that too.
Yeah,
Summer
and they
camp was
banned that.
cool.
I was like, fuck, man. Like, we used to play cage dodgeball. We would go into the batting cages and play dodgeball to the death. Exactly. You remember that? Yeah, that was some fun ass shit. And then I was like, nah.
Now they cut it completely.
We can't play that anymore. Yeah.
It started with like what was it? They would start with the little rules like you can't hit in the head. Then it went all the way to now you can't play it at all.
Now you could only roll the ball and see if it
Let
hits
me
their
Johnny
butt.
square in the face.
Yeah, exactly. So that's another thing too. Yeah, exactly. Let him have a rip. Like, imagine if it was the case of like, a kid that you really didn't like was on the other team. As a camp counselor, I'd rather have that kid rip a ball at that kid he doesn't like as a part of a game rather than them actually fist fighting kind of deal. You know what I mean? That's a better expression of feel kind of deal. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's that too. I'm trying to think of like more things coming up in my head. They're like popping up here and there. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, dude.
Yeah, you can't take competitiveness away. That's how you get softer and softer and soft.
Yeah.
And then it's like, there we go. This is what I was thinking about. Nowadays, back in the day, if you had a bully, for example, at school, you would have to stick up for yourself. Otherwise, that's it. Just get bitched out by the bully. Now, how are you going to teach kids to just cry to the fucking teacher for everything? What happens when they're in the real world?
Yeah.
What are they going to then they're just going to be the kid that calls the cops for everything. You can't be that. You got to be your own man. You got to do shit on your own.
Getting mugged or something like that. You're not going to have time to call the cops immediately. You have to defend yourself.
Like for example, I feel like if my dad were to get robbed, he'd end up cracking the guy in the face instead of like you get a kid that's like fucking 16 now, he's going to be like, "Oh my god, here's my iPhone."
Yeah, right.
Forget it.
I know.
You got to stick up for yourself.
100%. I just thought about the time that I got fucked up that one night at that party.
Yeah,
and,
bro.
I had to defend myself.
You held your fucking own.
But you want to know what? That was instinct, though. That was instinct just to like push them away and shit like that, and try to throw a couple punches and shit.
To scare them off.
Exactly.
If you cradled up in the corner, they would have kept stomping.
It would have been over. Yeah, it would have been over. You would have gotten more hurt.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think. And that might just be that. Maybe that'll just always be instinct for people as like a survival instinct sort of deal. But I think you need to be prepared for it in some sort of way when you're younger and shit like that.
That's the little shit like that adds up. Having a bully, this and that, makes you tougher for the future. Like,
yeah, man. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I live by that. That's 100%. I feel like that's so true in my opinion. You know what I mean?
You got to go through pain to get success always.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. I think that's really all I got for the most part.
We did cover a lot. We did slam a lot.
We did, yeah. Man, is that really it? I'm trying to think. Yeah, we talked about Elon. We talked about the stock markets and everything.
Mm-hmm.
About technology. Yeah, we did. We kind of just kept on growing more.
Social media, internet. Our parents, now with us, the generational differences. Yeah.
So I'll ask you this.
With presidents, we covered a lot.
Yeah.
Podcasts are fun. Dude.
Yeah, they are
Thanks
cool.
for having me on.
Yeah, of course, man. I'll ask you this last question.
What's up?
What do you predict, and where do you see the world in the next 10 years? Rough balling it, or where would you want to see it necessarily? I guess
in 5 to 10 years, you could see the world as 5 to 10 years older. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I thought about that joke.
Yeah.
No, but 5 to 10 years, dude. With what we saw now with COVID,
yeah,
in just 1 year, right? It was 1 year of COVID. All the shit that went on, now how jobs are changing, everything work from home, this and that. TikTok came about this year big because everyone's home. They're all posting on TikTok. In 5 to 10 years, dude, aside from how I think everything's definitely going to be electric, it's just going to be crazy. I don't know. You never know. It's actually scary to think about where the fuck we could be in 5 to 10 years.
It is scary to think about. Definitely scary to think about.
It could be so bad or it could be so good, honestly.
I agree.
Depending on like the little things that's going to change society.
Yeah. What I was going to say is that I agree with you. It could either be very good or very bad. Being optimistic, I want to say it's going to be very good with the whole going green and everything like that, and making
people are becoming aware that we have to care about our environment.
Exactly. And another thing we forgot to mention with COVID happening, as far as like people looking at diseases and stuff like that, being more more cleansly and everything like that. More,
definitely. Now, I don't know if I don't know what job you do, but like now when I go to meetings and everything, it used to be handshake, obviously, typical handshake. Now it's always a fist bump. Yeah. Even with the older guys, they all know it's just a fist bump now, and it's crazy. Like, it's really just going to be like that.
Or even
elbows, you miss a good handshake,
Oh my God. I heard on the radio in the beginning of all this shit. It's like, we've been telling our kids at school, it's like they want to come and hug you and everything and try to be sweet and everything. Now we're telling them, it's like, just do this to someone. And that's a hug. That's considered a hug.
Soft? Like, you can't even give someone a hug, which is already soft.
I heard that on the radio, and I just, it was just over me.
Oh, come on.
That's you got a problem or something, but like, yeah, dude, it that was crazy. But the whole sanitation and everything like that, I think people are going to be more healthy in a way too, because they were saying if you have a weak immune system, you're more likely to catch it. Also, I think people are eating better in that sense and watching what they're putting into their body and everything like that. And I think we're going to be a more fit generation, but at the same time a lazy generation.
Yes, because we know we can do things to make the work smarter and easier, as opposed to just grinding out hammer shots.
Yeah. And the fit side of it, I think it was like a great awakening as far as like what you're putting into your body and stuff like that. And I'm not preaching anything as far as like going vegan or anything, but there's always healthier and smarter choices of what to eat and everything like that. I think people are more aware of that and working out and being fit and everything. I can't speak for myself right now. I haven't worked out in such a long time. Like since COVID hit, I really haven't done anything as far as that nature. But I want to and stuff like that. And I think people are more awake in that sense too. So that's what I meant by it's going to be a more fit but lazy
in a weird way, yeah.
In a weird way.
Fit as in you'll have abs and everything, but like you'll be lazy as in you're on a couch doing your fucking job.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And one thing I think it would be bad in the sense is just the softness continuing.
Yeah, we gotta. I don't know how it's gonna stop, because the way it's going, it's almost like it's only gonna get softer, which is scary.
Yeah, and I don't know how to stop that. I don't know how that would be stopped.
Nowadays, you got people that you can't even parent your kid the way you want. You'll get canceled for being a bad parent when it's like, so what if you gave your kid a nice smacking on the ass for fucking up?
Yeah,
you know what
right,
I mean? Like
right.
back in the day, it was normal. Like,
yeah,
if you're not beating the piss, I don't want nobody beating the piss out of their kid, but like, I've gotten ripped with wooden spoons, I've gotten the works, and I feel like I'm a good kid,
Yeah.
I got good manners, this and I'm respectful, like,
maybe that's why we're respectful and good kids now.
Exactly. You got kids mouthing off to their parents. I could never.
That, I can't stand
their mom out.
I can't
Get the
stand
fuck out
seeing
of here.
that.
Fucking one of these.
Seeing videos of that and shit. Nah, no way. But yeah, man. Giorgio, I want to thank you for coming on.
Bro. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for finally coming on this podcast. Like I said, I've been meaning to have you on for a long time, and we'll definitely have you on more podcasts to talk about other topics and stuff like that.
Always down to chop up the fat, my boy.
100%. Joe, I want to thank you for filming as always. Appreciate you, brother.
Joey, baby.
And that'll do it for this episode. We talked about a lot of different stuff too. And as always, I'm happy about that. If you like this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And also follow us on Instagram at Podcast with Frank, where I'll be posting clips of the podcast and the video game series on there for you to check out and enjoy. You want to plug your TikTok or something on there?
Sure, why not? At WizKasif. So it's at Wiz, all lowercase, WIZ.KACIF.
He posts some funny ass content, so make sure to check him out.
Here and there. We're getting there.
The TED Talks I love.
The TED Talks are great.
Easy,
bro.
They're funny as fuck.
I like shit like that. It's trolling shit.
Yeah.
I fuck around here and there. They talk.
Yeah. But anyway, that's all we got for you. I hope you have a great night, and we'll see you for our 62nd episode next week. Peace out. So my number 5 is the Nintendo Switch. And I put the Nintendo Switch there because I feel it's a very innovative console. I like what they were trying to do as far as making it portable. And the thing I respect about Nintendo is that they always try to do something innovative. Like the Wii was very innovative. The Wii U was a piece of shit.
No, wrong.
Dude,
Wrong,
Matt, you have the worst takes
Dude,
ever.
you're ridiculous, dude. Bro, how can you like the Switch when half of its library is the fucking Wii U?
That's true.
Half
Dude,
of its
I'm
fucking
not-
Okay, all right, wait.
And
But
to be
games
fair-
is a different
to be fair-
story.
To be fair, fucking most of the good games on the Switch are on the Wii U. Bro, most of those fucking
But the
Switch
The
games
games,
suck.
we're not talking
You could say
about that
we're
right
not
now.
talking about that, but you could say the same for PS4 and PS5 right now.
That's true. That is true.
How can you? But that's like backwards compatible. That's a different. They're not selling you the same fucking game
That
at
is true.
$60.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true.
Nintendo
You
was-
are right about that.